You know what? Fuck all that. Let's go this route. Most people don't do a damn thing for their abs. They don't do shit for their abs, and they don't brace right, and they don't have a strong torso. So I'm gonna say set all that aside, because there's too many variances as far as, you know, stances, style of squatting, and so forth. And let's just go with something that's gonna help across the board, and say
Get the fuck up. Simon says, get the fuck up. Throw your hands in the sky.
All right, if I could only pick one other exercise to help build the squats, what would it be? It's a secondary movement. So this is making the assumptions that, you know, the squat's being trained, and that the squat's being trained is for powerlifting and not for bodybuilding. The correct answer is going to be whatever you need to do, whatever your weakness is the correct answer for that. So I'm trying to think of all the people that I've seen and have coached through seminars throughout the years, and usually where the majority of their weaknesses fall. And most of the time, that falls with most of the time it's always technical, to be honest, but I want to say glute ham raises, because it's going to work your hamstring at the origin and insertion, and I think that the hamstrings are vital for squatting and deadlifting. But I don't want to throw out, you know, a glute ham raise when there's a multitude of other exercises that can accomplish that same thing, you know. So I'm just going to say that a hamstring movement that's going to work the hip and knee joint, you know, at the same time. So you can be dealing with glute ham raises. You can be dealing with things like Romanian deadlifts, stiff leg deadlifts, pull throughs, just something, you know, that's gonna, I mean, you can get a lot of hamstring work just on how you squat if you're sitting way back on a box. So I'm gonna throw that. I mean, if there's so many things going through my mind, because stance matters. I mean, everything matters, you know. So for a mid to wide stance squatter, that would be my answer. If you're gonna be a closer stance squatter, then I'm gonna fall more with something like a front squat, or a manta ray squat, or safety bar squat. But there's, you know, the issues when you're following up a squat with another squat becomes, you know, the total loading that you're gonna be looking with from that standpoint. So you said secondary exercise, so this is something that's gonna come after the squat. You know what? Fuck all that. Let's go this route. Most people don't do a damn thing for their abs. They don't do shit for their abs, and they don't brace right, and they don't have a strong torso. So I'm gonna say set all that aside, because there's too many variances as far as, you know, stances, style of squatting, and so forth. And let's just go with something that's gonna help across the board, and say a hanging leg raise, or some type of abdominal movement that's gonna work. There goes the train. An abdominal movement that's gonna work, you know, the hip flexors as well. And that's why I really like the hanging leg raise for that, because it's gonna stretch the hip flexors, it's gonna open it up, it's gonna stretch the abdominal wall, it's gonna get the work of the abs, but more importantly, it's gonna stretch and open up while decompressing, you know, the spine as well. So I'm gonna say that. I'm just gonna go with a hanging leg raise.